We have fresh news and information regarding the DTCC's tokenization initiative. For this, there is a film. Real-world products can now be converted into tokens thanks to the DTCC. This is going to be discussed. Additionally, I know more about XRP and DTCC Ripple. Hey everyone, watch the entire video. Many interesting hints. What makes the DTCC so crucial? What is this? What it is the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. They have this amount of money, $100 trillion, 0 cents worth of goods are being kept. In addition, since 2020, stock prices have increased by 74.1%. Money market products reached $4 trillion, $100 billion, 0 cents in exchange traded funds. ETS reached 11 trillion in the year. They handle and finalize contracts valued at $3 to $4 quadrillion. Prepare yourself for these types of security transactions. The DTCC is under a lot of pressure. Watch this program. This video this is unknown to me. It's brand new. Let's have a look. Here, assets are being traded. It's displayed on a large screen. I see it. This is how DTCC assets are modified. The BNY, Euroclear, Canton, and Finality tabs are, I believe, visible at the very top. We can continue to add FIM2P routers as long as the other site has one. Because of this, changing records is simple. There is nothing else that matters to us. Ledger, which is an Apple share purchased on the market. The off-chain status should be changed to on-chain immediately. As you can see, we were aware of the individual's prior wealth, both on and off the blockchain. 400 common shares will now be converted to on-chain shares. Remember, we started out with 600 on-chain shares. They demonstrate how to transfer stocks from traditional markets to the blockchain, which is exactly what we're discussing. Real estate loans, equities, bonds, swaps, and other assets will all be converted into tokens they'll all be on chain the next time. When you figure out how to get it on chain, you'll see this. Ultimately, we ought to have $1,000, 0 cents on the chain. The regular ledger shows $400, 0 cents less, but you now have $1,000, 0 cents on the chain. Thus, the total remains constant. The object can only be held in these two ways by DTCC. It performs the same function in both computerized and paper notebooks. The sole distinction is that a digital ledger facilitates speedier settlement. This route has a value coming from the DTC, from a care account to a control account. Then the money is being handed out and taken away. That is the party's actual digital copy of that DTC position. The following example is primarily for the customer. Those who have purchased digital items are now prepared to sell them to others who are interested in purchasing them. Currently, 1,000 Apple shares are being offered for sale. There's something exciting going on. People use bad fixed coins to pay for goods. As a result, we will demonstrate to you how a standard asset was transformed into a digital asset on the platform. Let's examine the advertisement that the client placed offering to purchase 1,000 shares at a price of 200 shares each. In a broad sense, the customer wants to purchase the product. The next one can now be discussed. They can see that the item is available for purchase, sharing, or selling. I'm going to click. All right, no problem. The new DTC approach will resemble this in certain ways. Before we move on to the next thing we will learn, I want to tell you something else that you may not already know. I hope that fresh ideas can flourish on the DTCC Digital Launchpad. Its objective is to accelerate the use of distributed ledger technology and digital assets in the financial markets. A key component of its primary technology is DT. The Launchpad can link to different public and private blockchains because it is built on a multi-cloud platform. Remember how much we discovered about the patents held by the DT in addition to a few others? They use Tron, Tezos, ThinkFlow, HAR, XRP, XLM, Ethereum and Bitcoin. This implies that they can utilize this method to. There are numerous public and private DT platforms that you can join. Web3 tools contain some of the most significant blockchain functionalities. These include creating tokens, putting smart contracts into place, and managing the blockchain's financial asset lifecycle. It also has the Composer X suite written on it. You may create compliant tokens, automate smart contracts, manage assets, interact with investors, and connect digital ledgers to conventional financial procedures using the platform's DTCC Composer X suite. Obtaining funding and integrating, Finality and other large digital payment systems are connected to the Launchpad. This will allow for the safe, real-time settlement of tokenized collateral and other assets. I also wanted to know what the DTCC thought about using XRP. The DTCC has filed for patents that outline a method for enabling tokenized trading with a variety of assets, including digital assets such as Stellar and XRP. It discusses writable routing logic, settlement logic, and cross-ledger liquidity. There is more than simply XRP and XLM associated with DTCC. Given that Hidden Road is now a part of the DTCC net infrastructure, this is crucial. It's a big thing. Continue reading to find out more. There are 2 quadrillion XRPL Hidden Roads. Hidden Road has been introduced to the DTCC's netting system by the Government Securities Division. It can now clear and settle deals in U.S. Treasury securities using one of the world's most significant banking systems. The business that Ripple recently acquired said that it will use the XRP ledger for some of its prime broking settling tasks. XRP is chosen as the bridge asset by the integrated DEX in XRPL automatically. To put it another way, they want XRP on the chain because of any attempt to settle on the network. The players choose how open and quick they want to be, but trillions pass via the DTCC. Hidden Road will be able to transfer funds and security more quickly thanks to the XRP ledger. Instant payment provides XRP Deep Dive a distinct advantage over standard rails. This is the $235 trillion 0 cents flow for government bonds and fixed income that reaches all the way up to the U.S. Treasury payment system. What size is that? Additionally, you should be aware that when they, in this instance, they're informing you that adding the $100 trillion 0 cents in assets that DTCC is responsible for to the chain is currently our top priority. Many folks in this room might not be familiar with DTCC or our mission. We maintain the majority of the US stock market records. There will be a chain reaction. What do you anticipate happening next? All right. What do you anticipate happening? Go here to learn more about this. The DTCC's dense government security zone was joined by Hidden Road, although